We may not have long to wait for the first private American company to land on the Moon following the fiery demise of Astrobotic Technologies' Peregrine lander this week, with NASA's nascent public-private program set to grow the emerging space economy and lay the groundwork for further exploration on missions scheduled to take place as early as February. The return of Astrobotic's Peregrine lander marked the third attempt by a private company to land on the Moon. It follows Japan's Ispace, whose lander smashed into the lunar surface last year, and Israel's SpaceIL, which attempted to land on the Moon's Sea of Serenity in 2019. While ultimately unsuccessful, Astrobotic's launch signaled the starting gun for another heat in the race to develop space, an area that has historically been led by government agencies. Billionaires like Elon Musk, Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos, through companies SpaceX, Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin, have already been vying to develop the space economy through private tourism, as well through advancing rocket design, deploying satellites and other technology. Through CLPS, NASA hopes private enterprise will form a key part of future plans for the Moon, Mars and deeper space, and the agency has integrated the firms into plans to return astronauts back to the Moon in a matter of years as part of its Artemis program. There are 14 American companies NASA has picked to help it reach the Moon and beyond: Astrobotic, Blue Origin, Ceres Robotics, Deep Space Systems, Draper, Firefly, Intuitive Machines, Lockheed Martin Space, Masten Space Systems, Moon Express, Orbit Beyond, Sierra Nevada Corporation, SpaceX and Tyvak Nano-Satellite Systems. $2.6 billion. That's the maximum value of NASA's CLPS contracts through 2028, the agency said. Companies are able to bid for task orders, which NASA said includes payload delivery services, mission operations, launch from Earth and landing on the surface of the Moon. NASA said it encourages companies to fly commercial payloads, in addition to what it has contracted. While landing on the Moon might be relatively easy in theory, landing in the right location and without significant damage, a so-called soft landing, is another matter entirely. The terrain, dust, gravity and atmosphere, or lack thereof, combine with a variety of technological, navigational and logistical challenges to make soft lunar landings very difficult endeavors. In the decades since the first lunar missions, just 4 government agencies, from the US, Soviet Union, China and India, have successfully achieved soft landings on the Moon. Of these, 2 were relatively recent, with China first landing in 2013 and India doing so last year. The lunar surface is still littered with the remnants of failed missions from these and other countries, as well as private enterprise. Japan hopes it will be able to join the exclusive club of countries to achieve a lunar landing this week.